Hey everyone, this is a quick review of the Kobalt steel adjustable roller stand. I've had this for about a year. I've been using it quite a bit recently, building a crib for our baby who's doing about a month here, so it's crunch time for that. But I thought I'd take a few minutes to review this since I've been using it so much with my table saw recently. So up close on this, you've got the adjustable top here. You just loosen this handle and you can slide it up and down. I kind of wish they had inch markings on this, and I understand if your floor is a little bit uneven and you change that leveling leg, your inch markings will get a little bit off, but I would have liked to have just a little bit closer reference instead of A, B, C, D. It's fairly even as far as the rolling goes. There's a little tiny bit of eccentricity if you really pay attention, but I haven't noticed it, shaking my boards up and down as I'm cutting with it, so it hasn't been a big issue for me. On the other side over here, you've got your knob for adjustment on the leg. You just push this in, and you can fold the leg up, and either hang this on the wall, or just lean it up against the wall, which is what I do, and then it locks into place here, so you got to push it in to deploy it as well. And it just slides right back out and pops into place. The one thing I don't really like about this stand, it's really the only complaint I have about it, is this handle's a little bit flimsy. You should be able to replace that with a wooden handle of some sort if it does break, so I'm not too concerned about it, and I'm not adjusting mine all the time. The feet, these legs right here attached, there's a little bolt that goes up through here and screws into this cross piece. It makes a pretty secure connection with no real wobble at all in it. And then one of the legs has a leveling screw where you can adjust this if you've got some wobble, if you've got an uneven floor, you can just adjust this up or down so it stops the wobble. I wish there were two of these just in case you have a different high spot, and it gives you a little bit more adjustability as far as not having your roller head lean to one side if you had a leveling foot on either side. But it's not a huge deal not to have one. At least you've got one where you can get it so it stops wobbling, and you can adjust the roller head if you really need to at the top. Okay, so once you've got the legs sturdy on the floor with that leveling leg, that leveling screw, you want to get the head of this parallel with your board that's coming off of the table. So what I do is I put a pretty wide flat board on the work surface, just overhanging a little bit, and then loosen up the adjustment on the bottom. And I loosen up these two 5mm screws. They've got a 10mm nut on the back of them. And then I just gently push this up against the workpiece, and you can see it leveled out a little bit. And then I tighten down the bottom leg, and then I just tighten these two nuts, or these two screws. That way I have a line contact across the whole thing rather than a point contact in one spot. This roller stand is a great solution for someone who has a limited work area, or if they're always got a mobile work area. I use this for feeding stuff when I'm ripping boards on my table saw. I work usually in the space of about a half garage space, maybe a little bit more, so I don't have room for a big outfeed table. So this is the perfect solution. You just got to set it up and place it just right so your board doesn't tip too early or tip too, when you got it all the way on here, or you don't have more than half the board sticking off the other end so it doesn't tip off of this either. But once you got that placement right, you're good to go for ripping. It does a great job supporting the workpiece. It's got a maximum load of 200 pounds. I haven't put anything nearly that heavy on it, but I have been dealing with a lot of walnut boards that are probably at least 5 feet long, 1 3/4 inches thick, and around 7 inches wide are the biggest boards I've had on this, and it's held those up just fine, and those are pretty heavy boards. Alright, let's talk value. This is $20, which is a really great deal, I think. I did a lot of research before buying this, looked at quite a few different options, and $20 is about as low as they get, and this one doesn't have terrible quality. The only thing I really don't like about it is the flimsy handle. So for what you get for the money, this is an excellent solution if you just need a quick outfeed support for a table saw, miter saw, planer, or router table. So hopefully this review was helpful. Let me know if you have any questions in the comments section below. And once again, don't forget to subscribe.